Welcome to another NEBA Spotlight. Today, I'm very happy to present our friend Jeffrey. Jeffrey, tell us about you. Tell us about your business.
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jeffrey Gribben. I'm the general manager with Victory 4PL. We are the group's supply chain experts. So, what does that really mean? Well, for the past 8.5 years now, I've been working with this company, and we've been helping companies re engineer and optimize their supply chain and make it healthier. So, what does that mean for the average business? So, for companies that are shipping, and mainly we work with companies in the field of manufacturing, distribution, and retail. We help them take a comprehensive look at their supply chain and not just one little facet of it. So we are not people who are going out to the location, banging on the dock door, calling up the guy on the dock and saying, "Hey, do you have a truck for me to run today?" Because I'm not interested in that one specific truck. We want to know how that company is doing all of their shipping, because all of their shipping is going to be interacting. So whether it's small parcel, over the road, over the rails, international, or even where are they putting their warehousing can have an impact on their bottom line. So we help take a look at all of this and help them craft a strategic plan around their supply chain. Because for a lot of companies, their supply chain is one of their most costing and dollar absorbing areas. So if we can look to save them time, efficiencies, and money, we make it a win for them. So we take a couple different processes and steps as part of this. The first is technology. As we're doing this, we look to bring a lot of how they're shipping under one roof so that their reporting can be simplified. We also provide them with the transportation management systems that are web-based. So as long as they have access to their internet, they can access their shipping from anywhere in the world and make it a lot more convenient. So no more picking up the phone and having to call 4 or 5 different people. It's simply and easy as going out to the computer, entering in your shipping data, and it's going to give you a list of multiple carriers that can handle it for you. The second is workflow. And for a lot of companies, this is where a lot of their biggest problems lie. For a lot of companies, when it comes to their raw materials, if they're manufacturers, their thought is, oh, well, you know what? I have a great deal because when I buy it, they don't charge me shipping to ship it to me. Well, that's one of the biggest industry lies. You're paying for shipping, it's just built into your price. So the question is, if you can you negotiate a better price if you arrange your own shipping? Because you probably can. So we help companies take a look at that aspect of it. We take a look at their process flow. Where don't they have redundancies that they need as part of their industry standard? Where do they have the redundancies that really are redundant? Are they following industry trends? How are the carriers working with them? We have a great story where we had a carrier that kept giving one of our customers reways, which was really weird because they had a certified scale. So we had that carrier out to the facility, built a pallet in front of them, weighed it in front of them, loaded it onto their truck, and followed the truck back to their depot with their representative. This particular carrier was using forklift scales. So if you know anything about a forklift, to keep your product safe, the bars on the forklift need to be perfectly straight, and that's where they measure the weight. You tilt it just a little bit, your weight increases. Not really, but it can add 40, 50 pounds, which can affect your bottom line. It turns out that carrier was incentivizing the people at their terminal on reways. Guess who suddenly stopped getting reways? Most partners like that with what we do don't go to that level. That's the kind of things that we do. We also help you with internal communication. How are your internal departments reporting back when there's a problem or information that needs to get to the dock? Sales is not doing anything with shipping. But when they get that new customer, there's a lot of information they need to impart back to the dock. What is the shipping address? Do they actually have a dock? Because if not, extra charges for liftgate. What's the process for unloading? Is the driver just pulling it off the truck and they're taking it from there? Or does the driver have to count? Because that can be an additional charge. These are things, if we know about in advance, we can negotiate with carriers to mitigate cost. If they're delivering to a dock that's their shipping hours are after regular hours, say 8 o'clock at night to 8 in the morning, that can be anywhere from an extra $175 to $1,000 charge. So that information can be key to determine, are we even going to bother to do the shipping, or do you want to make them pay for their own freight? Great questions that we need to know up front. But the third part and the most important part is leverage. For a lot of companies, especially small and medium-sized companies, they don't have the wherewithal to get that better price because they need to double, triple, or if it's that new guy who's a cottage industry still working from their home, 10 times the amount of shipping that they're doing to get a better price. So we're able to go out, take their leverage, add it to what we're doing with our partners, and negotiate on their behalf. When we do this, our goal is to save them 10% on their annual spend. And we're able to go out and put them either into group contracting rates that we already have access to and negotiate them in, or if they're upper medium to larger, we can go out and negotiate on their behalf with an RFP and get client specific pricing for them. As we do this, our goal is to save them 10% on their annual spend. If they like the savings we have to offer, the plans that we have to put in place for them and the technology, not only can we provide all this, but we can stay on a day-to-day basis as their outsourced logistics department and do all of this work as well as a lot more, including invoicing audits, handling their claims process, all their tracking and tracing, a lot of their back-end work. We do it no out-of-pocket expense to them. So you're going to say, well, how are you making money if you're not charging them? The way that we make our money is when we go out and negotiate on their behalf, we negotiate above and beyond what we're offering back. So that when they're getting their invoice, they're seeing only what they're going to pay. We're making our money on the back end, but they're still saving their 10% or maybe more and don't even have to worry about writing a check to us. So we bring a lot to the table as well as being a great resource for them. So if you have somebody who's new to their industry, they're ramping up and they don't understand how to transition from small parcel to truckload move or less than truckload move, we can be there to hold them their hand and guide their process. If they're a cottage industry that's saying, you know what, I want to start working with that manufacturer, well, they have to start looking at other things they may not be considering. Like when you make that batch of 10,000 units, where are you going to store it? Do you have room for it in your basement? Are you going to be able to get it down there? Do you need warehousing space? Well, what will work best for you? Do you want to find a 10,000 square foot space that you can design yourself and hire a couple people? Do you want to work with a third party warehouse that can do pick and pack, but realize you're going to have a whole bunch of extra fees and how is that going to affect your bottom line? We can sit with them, walk them through that process and help them make the best decision for them. And again, free experience, no out of pocket expense for it. So as we're helping them, we're looking to save them time, money, and bring a knowledge base because as you know, for a lot of people, their business is their baby. They know every aspect about their product and how to manufacture it, how to sell it, how it can help people. But their biggest challenge a lot of times is how do I get it out to them? And that's where we come in. We're that partner. You know, if you think of that delivery truck, we're the guy in the passenger seat holding the map, pointing out, hey, there's a pothole or a roadblock or a problem that's on your way on the road. And that's how we like to think of ourselves if we're riding shotgun with our clients. So thank you very much for your time and attention. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them in our remaining time.
Thanks for Jeffrey. It's a great presentation. Every business can really do a lot of savings with shipping, so I love it. Jeffrey, how do people get a hold of you if they have any questions after this?
Absolutely. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. My email is jeffrey.gribben@victory4pl.com. I'm on LinkedIn, and you can always check our website at www.victory4pl.com, which if people are thinking about working with a partner, we have a free ebook there, the short, great read about working with a third-party partner, as well as our Grade Your Supply Chain test, where a company can actually go in, answer 16 to 18 questions, and get a grade right afterwards via email about how we feel your supply chain is. And it's a great starting point to say, hey, can we help you?
I love it. Jeffrey, thank you so much
Thank you.
for presenting, being a great member here. We look forward to supporting you.